February 22nd, 2022 called meeting. Please stand as we observe a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by Ms. Babb.
Please face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So first, I just want to thank our Superintendent Search Committee, Chair Satterfield and Ms. Bounds and Ms. Henderson for your work, as well as TSBA, and our two amazing candidates. Board members, do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I guess this would be the proper time to ask for this. Could we drop or remove, I guess would be the correct term, board forum? I don't think we need that tonight.
Board forum.
Board forum. No, board forum.
So,
Is there any objection?
are you making a motion to?
I'll
approve
make
it
a
with
motion
that?
if you need one.
Okay, so you're making a motion to approve the agenda with the change of dropping board forum? Do we
Yes,
have-
ma'am.
Do we have, so a motion by Mr. McMillan, a second by Ms. Babb. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. So public forum? No? Okay. So, board members, I guess the first order of business after a lengthy discussion with Mr. Dupler is to discuss how we're going to vote tonight. When we left Friday, there was a discussion about doing a written ballot and then passing that forward. Just a couple of comments on that, and I'll let Mr. Dupler speak to it. Basically, if we do vote in a way that's different than we normally vote, we will have to have a formal motion to vote in that manner and take a vote on how we're going to vote. And this is allowed in Robert's rules. I will say that according to Robert's rules, and Ms. Coatney printed this off for me today, voting by ballot, it says the main, object of this form of voting is secrecy. Where the bylaws do not require the vote to be by ballot, it can be ordered by a majority vote or by general consent. Such motions are undebatable. Voting by ballot is rarely used, if ever, in legislative bodies. And I'm going to let Mr. Dupler speak to that a little bit. I will say that I have had some interesting feedback from my own family comparing it to how they vote on reality TV shows such as Survivor. But Mr. Dupler, would you like to speak to that?
Thank you, Madam Chair. And so I do agree with what you're saying. I do agree with what Robert's Rules provides, but as you said, it's normally used for secrecy. Obviously, this board cannot vote in secret. So if you were to vote and want to use the written ballot method, then those ballots would have to be announced and identified as to who voted for whom. So that would be the way that you would have to do it. There is some precedent for this board, but that was back in 2008. I believe Ms. Owen found some of that information, forwarded it to Terry Coatney, and that was forwarded to you all. That was slightly different circumstance. Obviously, the Open Meetings Act was not used correctly in that instance, and then it's debatable as to whether it applied or not. But I mean, so in any event, as Ms. Christie stated, I mean, you all would have to vote in the affirmative if you want to use the paper ballots. Thank you.
So does anyone want to make a motion to, is that?
I move that we take the vote of the superintendent by written ballot that are created by here.
I second.
So we have a motion by Ms. Satterfield and a second by Ms. Babb to do it by written ballot. So Ms. Coatney, do you want to do a roll call on that?
Ms. Satterfield?
Yes.
Ms. Owen?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Ms. Babb?
Yes.
Ms. Horn?
Yes.
Ms. Henderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bounds?
Yes.
Mr. McMillan?
No.
Ms. Christie?
No.
That's 7 yes votes and 2 no votes.
So we just proceed. Okay.
As the ballots are going out, I took the liberty to pull up on your second slide on your computer the selection criteria for the superintendent search. So if you would like to read over that, just to glance your ideas and your thoughts, just to recall to our memory that the selection criteria is what the community at large said that they want to see in a superintendent. So if you need to see that and refresh your memory about what our community said directly to us about what they want in a superintendent. So it is on your second tab on your computer.
Yeah. Yeah, so if everyone will go ahead and make their selection, and Ms. Coatney will pick them up.
Ms. Satterfield votes for Dr. Linda Cash. Ms. Owen has written neither and will restart with additional candidates.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Ms. Owen wrote neither, restart with additional candidates.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Watson votes for Dr. Linda Cash. Ms. Babb votes for Dr. John Ryswick. Ms. Horn votes for Dr. John Ryswick. Ms. Henderson votes for Dr. John Ryswick. Ms. Bounds votes for Dr. John Ryswick. Mr. McMillan votes for Dr. John Ryswick. Ms. Christie votes for Dr. John Ryswick.
So total, that was 6 for Dr. Ryswick, 2 for Dr. Cash, and 1 pass, I guess would be. So Ms. Owen, did you want to change your vote?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, please make my vote Dr. Ryswick.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
can I entertain a motion to ask the board to vote in support of Dr. John Ryswick?
I object. I also object to you allowing Ms. Owen to vote. She had the same opportunity that everyone else had, and she said neither. And after she saw how it went, she wanted to change. I object, and I would ask that you adjourn the meeting.
I'll be glad to take that back, and it can stand as neither. That's fine.
Mr. Dupler?
Well, just a couple things. Madam Chair, you're in charge of the meeting, and if somebody takes a pass, I think it's practice of this board to allow that person to reconsider if that person wants to reconsider that pass. Now, I will say this, there's a vote on the floor. That vote needs to be announced before any other motion comes on the floor. So that motion's not ripe. Go ahead.
Mr. Dupler, may I? I believe my vote was neither, rather than a pass, and so I think it should probably stand that way.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Owen.
Either way, it was neither, and she was assured that Dr. Riswick was the winner. So therefore, I've been on several legislative bodies, many years, and I have never, ever seen them allow somebody to vote while the vote was announced or as it was bid. They always ask before, but once you start voting, you can't change your vote. You just lost your turn. If you passed, if you said neither, whatever. She had the same opportunity everybody else did. So therefore, I would ask that it not be counted and that we adjourn the meeting.
So she did withdraw that. Just for the record, though, we do typically go back in our normal meetings for things like that. So we have six votes for Dr. Riswick, 2 for Dr. Cash. So Dr. Riswick is our next superintendent. Congratulations, Dr. Riswick. So,
Yes. Madam Chair, I would like to offer a motion for the board to be able to vote and show its support and solidarity for Dr. John Riswick as the next superintendent.
I second.
so we have a motion by Mr. Watson and a second by Ms. Babb.
Are we going to have discussion?
Yes, we can have discussion.
I would just like to know what the point is. If you think you're showing unity, I beg to differ with you. You had the same opportunity if you wanted to vote for Dr. Riswick, excuse me. You had the same opportunity. I see no point in taking another vote after the fact. You all had this planned out the whole time to make it some kind of a show or something. I don't know what you're planning, but nevertheless, I will not willingly be a part of it.
Ms. Babb?
I would like to address what you talked about, Mr. McMillan. I coming into this, felt like we would have not a unanimous vote, but I have 100% said no matter who got it, I thought we had 2 great candidates, and at the end of the day, whoever won a majority, I did want to show 100%, and I think that's where Mr. Watson's comes from, is they might have put a vote out, but I think everyone wants to show that we are, as a board, behind the person that the majority voted for. So that's how I am taking Mr. Watson's, and I mean, you might see it differently, but I think it's our ability to try to show unity of our board at this time. And I know that you disagree with that, but that's the way I see it.
I disagree with you, and beyond that, I see that I have no doubt but what this board will unify behind Dr. Riswick, but I don't think it's necessary to take a public vote after you voted against the man. I just think I really think it's morally wrong to do that. But that's my opinion. You all do, if you have enough votes, other members, you do what you wish.
So, Ms. Cutney, we have a motion in a second, right? Do you want to read the motion that Mr. Watson made?
Mr. Watson's motion was a support of solidarity for Dr. Ryswick as superintendent, and it was seconded by Ms. Babb.
So we should probably do a roll call vote on this as well. Or second, or,
Just let me clarify that what you're voting on is to then take another vote in
Right.
solidarity. Okay, I'm just
but it doesn't change.
wanna make sure everybody
But
knows.
it doesn't change the
outcome.
the outcome.
the original outcome,
Yes.
no. Yeah,
Is that even legal, Mr. Duper?
you all can take votes, and, yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean,
We can
it's
vote on
fine.
anything we want.
Yeah, but the first vote's already in, so,
It's official.
yep,
That was my whole point.
right.
Okay, yeah.
So Mr. Watson's motion was for a support of solidarity for Dr. Ryswick
To
as
take a vote
superintendent.
I'm sorry.
I'm so
It really
sorry.
should
I'm
say,
so sorry.
My motion is to take a vote of solidarity. I think that's the confusion.
Okay, I'm sorry. A motion to take a vote of support of
Yes.
solidarity for Dr. Ryswick as superintendent. And it was seconded by Ms. Babb.
Okay. So, we have to do a roll call or not? Do I need to?
Ms. Satterfield.
Pass.
Ms. Owen.
Yes.
Mr. Watson.
Yes.
Ms. Babb.
Yes.
Ms. Horn.
Yes.
Ms. Henderson. Ms. Bounds. Mr. McMillan. Ms. Christie.
Yes.
That's 7 yes votes and 2 pass votes. Ms. Satterfield, would you like to change your pass? No. Mr. McMillan, would you like to change your pass?
All right. Okay, so the motion passes. Again, Dr. Roswick, congratulations. And we have removed board quorum from our,
Well, now we take the vote.
that was a motion to take a vote. Oh. Okay. But we, okay, so what's the motion now?
The motion was to take a vote of solidarity
Okay.
for Dr. Ryswick as the superintendent. So the motion passed with 7 votes, and now you will be voting on support of Dr. Ryswick as
Okay.
superintendent.
So let's do another roll call.
Ms. Satterfield.
No.
Ms. Owen.
Yes.
Mr. Watson.
Yes.
Ms. Babb.
Yes.
Ms. Horn. Yes. Ms. Henderson. Ms. Bounds. Yes. Mr. McMillan. Ms. Christie.
Yes,
That is 7 yes votes and 2 no votes.
so the motion carries. And again, Dr. Ryswick, congratulations. Meeting adjourned. Right, so meeting adjourned.